take a note of invoice that your supplier has sent to you from the invoicing menu and the supplier invoices. You can also take a note of invoice that your supplier has sent to you by clicking on receive invoice in the purchase order. When I click on receive invoice button, it will create invoice for my purchases which will be in draft state. It will fetch all the details in the invoice from the purchase order, like the name of supplier. In the payment reference, it will copy the reference that you have given in your request for quotation. So this is how the invoice for the supplier will be created. In order to pay the value against this invoice, first of all you need to validate the invoice. Click on validate. As you can see, that changed the state from draft to open. That means now you can pay the amount against this invoice. Click on pay button. That will open a wizard where you will be able to select the amount that you are paying and a method using which you are paying the amount. There are two ways to pay the invoice amount. First is partial and the second is full payment. It may happen that out of the total amount of the invoice, you are paying a part of the amount. So let's make the partial amount against the supplier invoice. Under the payments, one journal entry is created which says that I have made payment of this much amount, and under the invoice you can see what is the remaining balance that I am still supposed to pay. Because the invoice is not fully paid, the state will remain open. You can click on pay. Now let's pay the remaining amount, and the invoice will be paid, so it will change the state as paid. Now if you go back to the purchase order and you want to refer to the invoice related to this purchase order, you can simply click on invoices over here. It will open up the invoices related to that particular purchase order. So this is all about the supplier invoices. You can create a new or fresh purchase order directly from this purchase orders menu. Otherwise, you can go to the request for quotations, which is previously created, and you can confirm this order by clicking on this button. Once you have confirmed the order, you won't be able to change the product lines or the total of this RFQ. Once you have confirmed the request for quotation, now it is called purchase order. It assigns a unique number for this PO. You can send the purchase order to your supplier using email by clicking on this button. This will send this purchase order to all the followers of the document, and additionally you can add the email over here. Once you click on send button, it will send the email about this purchase order to all the recipients. Then you can have two possibilities. First is you can confirm that you have received the products. In that case, the product will be added to your warehouse. Second step is that you receive the invoice for this purchase order. We will see the product receiving and invoice in our next video manual. You can click on cancel button to cancel this purchase order. As you can see that this is the list view of the purchase orders, and it's easier to see the total of all the purchase orders in your system at the end of this list. For viewing individual purchase order, you can refer to the form view. Switch to graph view just to see the statistical data of purchase orders. And you can also have the calendar view, where you can see that on which particular date the purchase order is created. In the calendar view, you can see the details in form of month, week, and also a day. Once you cancel this purchase order, it will allow you to set this purchase order to draft, and to do that you can click on set to draft. So this purchase order will be set to the draft state. Just in case, if you want to take the printout of this purchase order, click on print and select the purchase order. As you can see that it has created a PDF document. You can also print the request for quotation, which was the source document of this purchase order, by selecting the request for quotation. So that will download a copy of request for quotation. So this is all about the purchase orders. You can create a fresh quotation by clicking on Quotations menu, or you can create a new quotation for particular opportunity. For example, this is our previously created opportunity and we want to generate the quotation for this opportunity. Click on this button. This is how they created a quotation for the opportunity, and it has assigned a unique number to this quotation. We will simply add the list of products or services over here. We'll add the quantity of the product and its unit price, taxes if applicable. For now, we will add 3 products in this quotation. It will automatically count the subtotal, untaxed amount, taxes, and total for this quotation. Now you can send this quotation to your customer via email by clicking on this button. By default, the quotation is in draft state. When you send the email to your customer regarding this quotation, you will change the state to the quotation sent. You can take out the PDF copy of this quotation, click on print button. It will create or generate this copy for you. You can also cancel this quotation. It will set the state of this quotation to the draft again. Or you can confirm this sale, so it will generate the sale order for the same. So now our quotation is a sale order, and the sale order is actually the quotation having the confirmation by the client. From this you can generate the invoice that we will see in our next video. You can also view the quotations in calendar view or in a graph view. You can use the filters or group by to filter out your records. This is all about the quotations. Thank you so much for listening.
Business intelligence. It's technology that transforms raw data into meaningful information to answer your business questions.
Once, business intelligence was the domain of IT specialists who used complex software to draft reports for key decision makers. But today, the demands of business are changing, and business intelligence has changed with it. Today's business intelligence can enhance each user's daily decision-making with dashboards, scorecards, even predictive modeling, enabling you to improve the operations and competitive advantage of your entire organization. Now, instead of waiting on IT to provide a report or an analyst to interpret what it means, anyone, everyone, can go directly to where that information lives.
Today, Business Intelligence offers solutions, enabling everyone involved in business to understand how past affects present and comes together to shape future outcomes.
Users across your business can track a sales trend, discover why it occurred, and determine how it affects business from a desktop or even a mobile device. Business Intelligence enables both beginners and experts to visualize data, analyze it, and understand trends more effectively. As a result, smarter, faster business decisions can be made. So learn more about gaining competitive advantage today, Business Intelligence, and grow your business for tomorrow.